Kia ora and welcome to ILT Stadium in Invercargill, where the Mystics had a big win over the home team, the Steel, 70-50. Wendy, what did you make of that one? Where did it go wrong for the Steel?
I think everywhere. I think they had a really poor performance. They won't be happy with it. They had a really good win over the Tactics and round one. So for them, they'll be really disappointed, and it's going to be a huge training week.
Well, a player that was a standout for the Mystics was Sulu Fitzpatrick, and she was our player of the match. And she leads from the back of the court, Wendy, with her voice, but also her actions.
Oh, she was outstanding. She's such a leader, as you said out there. She's always talking to the players out in front of her. 8 gains, 3 intercepts, 4 rebounds and chucking 11 deflections. Massive game in the blue dress for her.
And also Sulu's ability to play with a lot of other Mystics defenders out there. We saw the return of Felix Kartika for the Mystics. But someone who moved from the Mystics down to the Steel this year was Kate Burley, and she had a big night on defence up against Grace Nweke.
Yeah, I think she did. I mean, she's in a team that lost by 20, but I think she really fired. She was one of the performed players for the Steel. She was everywhere. I loved how she changed it up. She came on the body, off the body, hunted out high on the court. So for her, I think it was a good night in the office. Always hard coming up against your old team, so she would have had a few emotions there, but she definitely didn't disgrace herself in her performance.
Yeah, no, she was great for the Steel tonight, so they'll be happy with that performance. And if we have a look at the stats here, Wens, you noted in commentary that the Steel were just making errors and uncharacteristic errors. Like the first quarter, it was 3 steps.
Yeah, just unforced errors. They're really coach killers at this level. You shouldn't be stepping, you shouldn't be breaking, so really disappointing for them. We talked about in commentary the penalties. They were high for the Mystics with 47. Steel, they're always a low side. They're a tidy side at 28. And quite a quiet intercept game. 4 clean intercepts to the Steel's 3.
Yes, and if we have a look at the shooting stats, well, George Fisher, she's up there for the Steel at 83%, but she actually didn't play a full game.
Yeah, she only had the 3 quarters, but she was reasonably quiet too. I think that volume could have been up slightly. Grace Nweke, she's outstanding, 50 from 52, and she didn't play a full game either. She's outstanding, great to feed, and her volume's always so high.
Well, that was the match here tonight, 70-50 for the Mystics over the Steels. But how did the rest of the round play out? Well, the Mystics, they've had another win. They started on Saturday over the Pulse, 66-60. The Stars played their first match and got their win over the Tactics, and then the Pulse, they got their first win of the season, 57-41. So where do all these teams sit? Well, the Pulse played 2 games this weekend. The Mystics played 2 games. So at the top of the ladder, we have the Mystics, the defending champions, and down the bottom are the Tactics. They hung in there. They got a bonus point. Will they get their first win next weekend? All right, Wens, well, that's all of it from here. What are you expecting next week from the Steel? They come up against the Stars.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really hard one. Stars are a good side. They've only had 1 game. Steel are coming off a really big loss. So for me, the Stars will have to, they'll bring their own A game down here, and I think Steel might battle with it.
Well, thank you from ILT Stadium in Invercargill. It was the Mystics 70 over the Steel 50.